Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, it's Orly. Happy holidays.
Hey, hey, Arlie. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm great. I'm great. And you yourself?
Great, tired. I got home this morning from work and just want to sleep. But as soon as this is over, I just hope I'll just go right to sleep. Mhm.
You will.
Yeah.
Good holidays with your family.
Just by phone basically, but it was good. It was excellent. Just being able to talk to them, video chat and stuff. It was really good. Otherwise,
Nice.
it was quiet.
Same here.
Yeah, but that's me anyway. So, you know.
Yeah.
So how was it? You said it was the same.
Yeah, well, 'cause I don't. really celebrate Christmas. I mean, I will with other people, but not my family.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, it's more of a quiet R&R time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did go out. Well, Tuesday was my birthday, so I did go out
Oh, yeah.
for my birthday.
Well, belated happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
You had a grand time.
Yep.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Yeah. And did you say you live in North Carolina?
Carolina. I
Okay.
moved here almost 2 years ago.
Hmm.
It has been good so far. Yeah.
Do you like where you are?
Yes, I do. I do.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
And I just moved into my apartment. So it's like maybe 2 months now, so
Oh,
that again was exciting for me, because
excellent.
I moved from Florida and I still had my stuff down there in storage. So
Ah,
it was a big move. I went down and actually packed everything by myself. Well, it's usually by myself in most things anyway. And
wow.
got them here, went to Jamaica to see my parents, then came back and moved directly. I actually came back the night, went straight to work, then in the morning came and finalized the apartment. And my stuff had come, I'd shipped them up by pods and I had to start moving in right away. So it had been like extremely busy.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, but I'm
Oh,
happy.
good. Good to hear.
Mhm. I'm looking forward to New Jersey. I'm gonna have to take the Greyhound because
Are you?
yeah,
Oh,
I was trying to see if I could fly up. That's not gonna work, and I'm definitely not gonna be driving that far.
no, no. Mm. And
So,
Greyhound, isn't
mhm.
Greyhound expensive from where you are?
Everything is expensive.
I was just pricing flights. The reason I ask is I was just pricing flights yesterday, but I'm in Florida, and it
Okay.
was around 220 round trip, 210,
Um,
220 round
okay, for
back
the
and forth
flights,
for the flights.
I
Yeah.
didn't see anything at that price. There were more, so Greyhound was better. And
Oh wow.
I was just calculating the time because I rode the Greyhound bus 30 years ago actually, and this is the first time I'm gonna be doing that again. Yeah, I was going from Florida to Indianapolis.
Wow. Well, I
Yes,
don't know what airlines fly from where you were at, but I was looking at Frontier and JetBlue, just in case
I
you want to look at it again.
JetBlue. I did JetBlue and what was the other
Not
one? I
Frontier,
remember.
sorry. Oh my goodness, what am I saying? Not Frontier. Spirit.
Okay, I didn't try Spirit. I traveled with Spirit a couple of times and not too sure. But
Yeah.
JetBlue I checked and it was one. I think I tried Southwest, but I'm not sure if they went from here. I'm not sure. But I know I checked
Mm.
those two, but it was more than,
Ah, yeah.
so I'm just gonna
Maybe.
enjoy the ride and think I have to take time
Excellent.
and
Actually, you
then
might get some R&R, a relaxed
right,
time.
right.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I would have been probably, well, I would be writing or reading anyway, and I don't think I'll have enough charge to, for the entire trip. So I'll probably have to just relax a bit. But that's pretty exciting. I can hardly wait because I'm like, I just need to just move forward. Yeah.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a process. It's definitely something that I know I'll move forward, but it takes time, and
It does. It certainly does.
you have to accept the time. You can't skip your steps and rush
Right.
it, because
That's
that's when
right.
you make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on, everybody? Good
Hi.
Good
morning. Good
morning.
morning.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. It is
Thank
Thursday.
you.
How was everyone's magical last 2 days? Family, fun, laughs, food. What are we present to today on this magical Thursday? I heard some things about moving, or I wasn't sure where the context was, but I was loving the conversation.
We were
Hi,
talking
Fernando.
about.
We got Leland. Leland, are you there with us?
Yep, I'm here.
Awesome. You sound a little far away, brother, but Leland has been here since day one. So I would actually love to hear your voice. How has the transformation in this group been? What are you present to? We are 15 days away from January 10, 11, and 12. Leland, what are you thinking about? What have you seen? How are you feeling about the unblinded movement?
I'm becoming more aware of the minor distinctions that are happening in my life, and it's sometimes just taking that step back and just trying to realize how you can take a different approach to any conversation you come into now. And yeah, for more or less, I'm just present to just this awesome holidays. You get to spend time with your family, and if you have more of a different opinion with maybe your father or your stepkids or something like that, just maybe you can take that step back and just come into it with kind of a different mindset now, and just maybe you can just help the situation and just be like, you know what, it's not something that you need to get into a big conversation at during Christmas or something like that, and take it a different approach at a different time or day or something like that right now. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It is definitely an opportunity to shift, play within the energies, create something different. So thank you for your share. I know we got Chris Young in here, another one of the originals. I know you're usually driving your kids to school, but for whatever reason, you can bless us with your voice, Chris. I'd love to hear, what are you present to from the beginning of these huddles to where the unblinded movement is now? What have you seen? What have you felt? I see we got Craig on here as well. So if any of you too would like to share, I'd love to open up before Sean jumps on in about 60 to 90 seconds. Nick Champagne, what's happening, brother?
What's up? What's going on? How are you?
What's up, Craig? So go ahead. Craig, share what have you seen? You've been here from the beginning of the beginning. What are you present to after this holidays? What are you feeling about the unblinded movement overall?
What I'm present to at this moment in time, and I was just on the phone with Jack this morning, it's mind-blowing. There's no I don't even know. It's unfathomable considering what has gone on, the growth, the acceleration, all the changes that at first were so confusing and still are pretty confusing, but at the same time very, like Sean said, magical, really, and almost like you could say miraculous, that it's gone from where it was to where it is. I was talking to somebody at the party about it being 3 months ago, and us sitting on the call with 6 people, and a WhatsApp group where we all talked. Now it's blown up to ridiculous proportions, and everything between the calls, the huddles, the weekly, the trainings, the and all the stuff that you guys are building out between the CRM and the online certification and the venue being changed. I mean, it's just every step of the way has brought new light to what is possible in anything that you do if you go forward with full force at this level of integrity that this was all based on. So gratitude for being a part of that and seeing that happen is immeasurable.
That's awesome. Thank you, Craig. And I want to keep acknowledging, but I just want to check in. Sean, Tiffany, are you here with us?
Fernando, I am here. I'm just trying to get this on.
All right, you got it. So yes, Craig, you have experienced massive change. It is forever and constantly agile. Every single day feels like a month in this world. So I appreciate everyone for kind of staying with us, bouncing with the changes from venues to growth to pillars. So much more has happened, and there's so much more that's happened in the last 4 days that we can't wait to start, showcasing to everyone And it's all because of all of you. You know, we're listening to what you're all are asking. How can we improve the trainings? How can we make January 10, 11, and 12th, which the syntax is the best I've ever seen at an event. So I'm so excited for everyone who wants to learn the formula. Out of anyone who's been to any immersion or practice mastery, after seeing what Jared, Adam, Sean, and the team and I created on the syntax, it's going to be anyone who has any questions on the formula, they will be answered in January, period. That is like the short answer to that question. But I want to bounce it off to one more person. Who else would like to share what they're present to on all this changes, this growth, anything that they've experienced in the unblinded movement, anything they like to share, specifically any wins? What's going on, Mike Smike in the chat, always crushing it. Would anyone like to share anything else that they're present to on the unblinded movement? Go. Michael, Casey, Craig, Darcy, Denise, Jay, Katie, Miranda.
I'll share.
Beautiful.
I guess one thing for me is I've always, I guess, gotten into an organization or whoever I'm with, and I always end up somehow getting noticed or getting to the top, but it's not because I share a heroic, unique identity. It's just because I do a very good job. And one thing that's dawned on me is I could have gotten there a lot quicker, a lot more efficient if I actually own what I did and came in with more of a level of certainty than just keeping my head down and doing what I know best. And that has helped me a ton. And that has, it'll help me forever. So I'm very grateful for that lesson. So thank you.
Yes, definitely the power of heroic, unique identity, to which you have one. And you have definitely stepped up, and your name is insanely heard in the level of leadership. So we appreciate you, Darcy. But let's continue. Let's get one more.
Hey, Fernando, I'm here. Keep it going.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean. So I just heard a female voice. Who was that?
Hey, it's Jamile. I'm calling.
Hey, Jamile, what's happening? You are amazing. Thank you so much for connecting us, Adam and I, to Jen. When was that? I believe it was yesterday. Incredible, your level of connection, of humility. But please tell me, what are you thinking about? What are you present to? What would you like to share to the group?
I'm present that I am able to speak up and able to create momentum and able to connect with people when they ask me, well, what is unblinded? Like, I'm able to share it with an authentic voice in my interpretation of what the integrity-based human influence is, right? And learning more and not looking at, like, let's say me making a mistake, but rather how can I grow upon the stuff that I'm doing? And the fact that I was able to reach out to Jen Ferris, the woman that was able to touch Tony's hearts and 5,000 other people at the Date with Destiny, and just be present. I mean, it was just, it was amazing. And then having you guys there.
Hey, I'm sorry, Emile. I see some people are unmuted.
Hey, Fernando, I apologize. That includes me. I'm on a flight heading to the west coast of Canada to go to Vancouver and Whistler. So forgive me. It's going to probably, I'm going to probably speak for just a couple of minutes, and I'm going to kick it back to you, Adam and Jared. But please, Emile, keep going.
Awesome. Emile, continue. Hey, Emile, did we lose you?
Oh, hello?
I think yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, sorry.
No.
Definitely safe travel, Sean, up in Canada. It's funny because Jen Ferris is actually up in Canada, so keep warm. But just having you and Fernando and Adam on the call, and literally, like, we just felt such a beautiful presence of unity, of understanding what the formula is, and just really touching Jen's heart, Jen touching our heart. Like, it felt just like this oneness, this beautiful ecosystem merger, I guess is what I want to say. And that's what I feel present to, is the fact that you can merge cultures, you can merge people, you can merge language. It's not a person, it is the heart, it is the soul of what you want to do in this movement. So it's really been cool.
No. Yeah, that is awesome. Okay, Fernando, I'm sorry.
No, please go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, so happy Thankful Thursday. Totally appreciate each and every person sharing this morning. I hope everybody's Christmas, Hanukkah has been beautiful and magical. And to the extent sometimes that we have some challenges, because holiday seasons can also bring up some pain, some feel of loss, some feel of isolation. For all of us, remember that everything is just a story, and it's a story that we create that's going to keep us empowered moving forward, right? Because it really is, whatever it is that we seek is here, is present for us, regardless of external circumstances. And it's all about having fun, believing deeply in our heart and soul in everything that we're doing. And so quick access point, and then I'm going to kick it to these guys. Quick access point is that unblinded, for those that are new, equals disruption. So I want to start, just iron this out, like unblinded equals disruption. What we mean by that is, for most of us, we're not used to thinking in terms of mastery. We're not used to thinking in terms of acceleration and exponential growth. When we do begin a personal development journey, we're often thinking of motivation and inspiration, which is a beautiful thing, but we want to think of building and growing and adding massive value and understand the science of acceleration. So it's the integrity-based human influence model, and then what do we do with it to build and scale and grow, and how do we get ourselves to do it consistently? That's what process mastery, influence mastery, and self-mastery are all about. But for today's message that I am so thankful for on this Thankful Thursday is the ability to think disruptively. We're disrupting the approach and feelings that people have about selling, how we do. We're disrupting the notion of networking versus ecosystem merging. We're disrupting the idea that it's about concealing our intentions, what we're really hoping for, kind of hoping it all works out, versus adding massive value to other people, supporting people and stepping into their greatness, and being completely comfortable, having a desire to build and add value for ourselves so we can contribute. So first of all, we can achieve our dreams, contribute to other people's dreams, and make amazing things happen. So the core message for today is that unblinded equals disruption. Disruption comes from a place of self-awareness about our thoughts, our actions, our patterns, and realizing that it's our choice to shatter those patterns of behavior that we've been living in that are suboptimal. And for those, again, that are new, this is more like a peak performance sports thing. Like a pattern I had to shatter at one point was thinking I wasn't good enough to play Division I college baseball, for example, and realizing that weight training, even though people said not to, was a pathway to modeling success. So I use that as a simple example from a long time ago in my life of a pattern change that equaled exponential acceleration, like not starting varsity baseball, so all of a sudden getting 100 colleges recruiting me at the same time within 6 months. That was a simple example. Building law firms, coaching businesses, building Google, building Microsoft, Oprah going from trauma and abuse and horrors to disrupting her patterns of thinking and creating one of the most powerful influencing platforms in the history of the world. All of those things are pattern disruptions. And every movement begins with a pattern interrupt. That pattern interrupt, that disruption, is a change in thinking, a change in how we feel about and associate to things, a change in our actions consistently, our innovations. It's disruption. It's not accepting limitation. It's not accepting status quo. It's not thinking that we are whoever we think we are. It's making decisions about who we are, how we act, how we feel, that are in alignment with our true core and our massive acceleration. So today, that's what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for disruption. With that, I'm going to throw it to take it home. I'll be here. I'm going to mute, though, because I think the plane's going to be taking off in a moment. So have a beautiful day. But Jared, do you want to jump in with anything to share and take us home?
Yes. Thank you for that. Safe travel, Sean. Enjoy. Hello, everybody. I hope that the past few days have been memory-creating days. And on this notion of disruption, that's what this is. I remember when I first spoke with Sean, it was months ago at this point. It's amazing. It's gone so fast. But it was that helped me recognize that what was being built here had nothing to do with Sean. He said this line to me, which was, I want to positively disrupt sales and networking forever. And what's interesting is that it has to happen, right? I was like, let's think about that. Like, how many people are involved with some type of networking group, whether it's the Chamber or BNI or any other group, and the group just isn't really producing, and it isn't producing because the formula isn't present. Like, ecosystem merging isn't there. So it's more of just checking the box, show up, speak for 10 minutes when it's your turn, nothing comes from it. I had a call the other day, I don't know if Eric's on this call, with someone that's involved with one of the chambers in New Jersey. And his role at the chamber is to be a kind of a broker, where he interviews every single person in the chamber that's there. There's thousands of members. He interviews every single one of them to understand who they are, what they do, etc., who their ideal client is. And then everybody comes to him when they want a referral. So let's pretend that a chiropractor wants someone to do their SEO for their website. Well, they'll go to Eric and say, hey, Eric, I'm a chiropractor and I'm looking for someone that specializes in SEO for health professionals. So Eric says, awesome, you need to speak with David. I'm going to connect you with David. And then we were talking and I said, how many times do you reach out to David with like a layup opportunity, like someone that's like ready to go, and David turns a layup into a full court shot? Like, how many times does that happen? Like, what I mean by that is like layups are almost guaranteed to go in. It's an easy shot in basketball. A full court shot is nearly impossible to get in, right? So how many times do you hand someone a layup, and because they don't have a formula, that layup turns into a full court shot? And he's like, Jared, that's the rule. That's not the exception to the rule. And what he means is like, that's almost all of the time. So what's happening now is there are some wonderful groups out there, BNI, Chamber, all these things are special and wonderful and amazing, and every one of you should be involved with them. But it's so beneficial for you to know the formula within that domain so that you can start explaining and teaching the power of ecosystem merging, the power of co-creation. Because when that becomes the standard as we positively disrupt networking together, so much more is produced as a result. Your time is leveraged in such a significant way. And January 10th, 11th, and 12th, we're spending hours talking about this premise, because so much of Unblinded, the reason why it is where it is because of ecosystem merger. Like, if that wasn't present, we wouldn't be where you are. We wouldn't be where we are together. Like Craig, in the beginning, like you were saying, like the past few weeks of like, it's just so inspiring to watch what's happened with Unblinded. It's 100% because we're in the formula. It's 100% because of ecosystem merger. Even thinking about me, like in how I was introduced to Sean through Dr. Berg, that's ecosystem merger, like at its finest. And Atman, Fernando, and all of you, like you're here for a reason. And then when it comes to positively disrupting sales, for years I have said that sales creates the single most painful experience for most businesses, for most. Because just the prospect of it is so overwhelming and so intimidating, and the potential of hearing no is like paralyzing, that people don't even go in for information. And I might be saying this now, and you might be receiving it and being like, Jared, you're speaking to my soul when you say that.
That's okay.
If you guys can go on mute, please.
That's okay.
Someone's not on mute.
Merry Christmas.
Same to you. Same to you.
Can somebody go on mute, please? Actually, it's my mom. Mom, can you go on mute? I see some chatter in the background. Awesome, thank you. So the prospect of hearing no is what prevents people from going for yes. But what if there was a way, and there is, with integrity to influence somebody from hello to yes? Like, doesn't it make it easier? That's the frictionless environment. Because here's reality, and I've said this now since the beginning of time with Unblinded. When you get someone to say yes, when you get a group of information, that's their catalyst, that's their transformation. So we're gonna disrupt sales. We're gonna make sales something that every person on the planet thinks is fun, exciting, and magical. And I can guarantee you right now, if you went out today and started talking with people and asking them on a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is sales is fun, exciting, and magical, and 1 is sales is scary, painful, and overwhelming, where do you fall on that continuum? And I think it's obvious. People are gonna fall on like the 1, 2, maybe 3 range. Maybe there's like a heroic 6, but there's not people on 10. But there should be, because I know I think it. I think sales is magical. It's exciting. It invigorates me. Because I know when I can influence yes with integrity, their life transforms. So we're positively disrupting sales. So I'm sorry, my voice is going again. At the Unblinded Nerve Center, which is eventually very soon going to expand into a 30,000 square foot building. We're in the negotiation process right now. In that nerve center, we get that. We get every time that we make a phone call that we are gonna live in the formula and we're gonna influence the person on the other end to go from hello to yes as it pertains to January 10th, 11th, and 12th. Because just the act of saying yes is the disruptor that they need. So what does this mean for each and every one of you? You're at the right place. Like, you're part of something in its infancy. I mean, it might feel like this movement like grew so fast. Like, we launched the Facebook group and now we're over 2,000 people like in a minute. But like, what happens post January 10th, 11th, and 12th when we're now at 10,000 and 20,000 and 100,000, and we have unblinded sales mastery trainers that are in the universe mobilizing this message? Like, you're in the infancy of this, and I want to applaud you for either allowing your intuition to bring you here or your consciousness to bring you here, because you're in the right place. We are going to positively disrupt sales and networking forever, period. And I say this all the time. I'm Mr. No Hype. So please don't mistake my energy and my certainty and my passion for hype. I am everything but that. Yes, I have passion, I have energy, and I have certainty because we're doing it. And it's an honor to do it with each and every one of you. So I'd love to open up the floor. How does that land? What does it feel like to know that you're at the grassroots level when it comes to disrupting both sales and networking, which are the two paths to creating freedom for yourself and also freedom for others? So we'll take a minute before we part. How does that land for each of you?
Yo, Jared, this is your boy B Fox.
B Fox, man, I can feel you coming. Woo. Get after it.
Good morning. Good morning. The first thing I want to say is the results formula, specifically what it is to me, is it's a way to check in with people I'm talking to, and it's a way to bend time and space. And I know that sounds, I don't know, epic to bend time and space in a discussion, but for real, my mom, who I love very much, and I spoke to on Christmas Eve and Christmas, she's like, Ben, you know, your energy is more clear. And she said, and I was like, well, first of all, I've been hanging out with some really great people, but then more than that, Mom, you know, I got to tell you, I understand a little bit more how to check in a discussion. You know, there's not a whole lot of, so how was your day? I mean, I'm really just, even in my personal life. And the reason I wanted to bring that up is we're talking about sales. So what's present to me is that the word sales is a word that we chose because it means something to everybody. And we're like, oh, okay, sales, that does mean something. But once you're here on the call and once you're at the event, once you're in the group, we're going to talk about what sales really is. And we're going to replace that word, because I agree with what you said. Most people, when they hear sales, they're like, well, however you just felt. But I've realized there's actually a way to have a beautiful interaction every time I talk to somebody. And I know if you're on this call at some point in time, you've had a discussion with somebody that ended in a sale, but you also had a friend too at the same time. And so I propose to everybody on the call, what I've already learned is there is a way to reproduce that every time. There really is. And it's the Caligie results formula. And it's how to check in with people. It's a few simple questions. There's 5 of them. There's 4 energies, and there's 10 indispensable elements. And it always begins with, and it will always, always end with love. That's what's up. And I had a wonderful Christmas holiday, and I sure hope you guys did too.
Awesome. B Fox in the house. Appreciate you, brother. Anything else before we part and get out there and positively disrupt?
Yeah,
hey,
you
guys.
Go ahead.
Hey, Tony here. So I'm loving the conversation today. I'm taking a walk, so sorry for making anybody nauseous with my headache video here. But actually what you guys are saying resonates like crazy with me, because I tell people all the time, so many people are afraid of sales. It's like you said, it's not changing the word. And the reality of it is we're all selling all the time. All the time we're selling. For everyone who says, I hate sales. Well, sorry to say it, but you're selling all the time. You know, everything from, why did you take a shower this morning and brush your teeth and comb your hair and wear the clothes that you wear, you're matching, you're doing whatever. You're selling yourself at some point to somebody, to your kids, to your spouse, to your boyfriend, girlfriend, client, friend, yourself. Every single day you're selling to yourself. So excited to see where this is going with everyone. And again, it is about the paradigm shift. So excited to be here, to be part of it. And to know all you guys. And again, just Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, great holiday, and here we go. 6 more days this decade. So enjoy it. Make the most of it.
Thank you for that. Any last final from anybody?
Yeah, Jared, Fernando here. Something that you, and we talk often, but something you just said landed, and I want to, give the opportunity for everyone else. Right now with what Craig was saying at the beginning, everything, has been changing. We have venues, we have growth, we had small WhatsApp groups. Now we have thousands in a Facebook. And what I'm present to ending this call is that it is literally the prologue that we're creating, because it actually all really begins after the event. And after the event, the level of change and growth is going to feel at least 7 to 9 times faster. And that's when the magic really happens. Right now, we are, as a movement, as amazing as it feels, we are still in the arduous phase. And because of what we're doing in January together, because you said there's companies that, get 20,000 users, 7 years, and then have an event with 400 people. We did it completely backwards, not like nothing's normal about what we're doing, because that's what disruption looks like. And after January, it's going to change and grow even faster. So to everyone who's in love with what's happening, who is new, who is like, what is going on? What is this formula? We can promise you that now is the time to lock arms, because there's going to be a world like now, which is pre-January 10, 11, and 12. And then after January 10, 11, and 12, everything that we've been working for is going to happen. So thank you for that access point today, Jared.
Awesome. I love it, man. Thank you for that distinction. I really hope that lands for everybody. Like if this is exciting right now, whoa. And once again, there's no hype here. This is all about us collectively taking massive action. So Fernando, my man, I always love how you take it away, bro. So share one final thought and send everybody on their way so they can get out there and disrupt in a very positive way.
Yeah, so just funny access. Shout out to whoever's snoring on the call. That's awesome. I know we're all hearing it. So let's just talk about it. That is awesome. So that is dedication. You're on the call. You're letting us speak to your subconscious mind. I'm going to save the name, but thank you for being here. And to wrap off on another note, and to piggyback off what Darcy said, heroic unique identity is so special. And we have an opportunity here to leverage the heroic unique identity of Unblinded, of the movement, of January 10, 11, and 12. And remember, it's not about Unblinded, Sean, Jared, Adam, Darcy, Tia, Craig, Fernando, not about any of us. It's about you. And what's been registering the most to everyone that we've been speaking to, which is hundreds of people a day, is that January is the launch of your ecosystem. This is the beginning of your new graduation from networking to ecosystem merging. So to everyone that's there, my challenge to you is, who is one person that you can talk to about, that you can leverage another member of the group, people like Yamile, Craig, Tia, Billy, Ben, myself, Jared, Krista, Tiffany, all the leaders. We are committed soldiers, gladiators, to communicate to anyone and everyone, especially Adam. If you want someone to love someone, connect them with Adam. We are here. We are not a different group. We are the same group. We are just playing at an extreme level 24/7. There is no stop for the next 15 days and beyond. So please, let's leverage each other. If we do not want to convey the heroic unique identity, it's an access point for you. But for now, let's leverage each other. Let's leverage Jay. Let's leverage all the leaders in this group. And let's communicate the heroic unique identity of what's happening, because we are positively disrupting sales. And it all begins with who you share it with. Who are the 1 to 3 people you will share with it today? Let's write it down. Let's post it in the Facebook group. Let's start tagging people. Let's support each other. And when anyone tags anyone, let's all go friend them on Facebook, so they realize the fun and the energy that is here in Unblinded. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jared. And we'll see you on tomorrow's huddle.
Hey, real quick, Fernando, anybody
Yes,
out
sir.
there, if you want to use me as a reference, you want to call me too, I am more than happy to get on the phone, have a little conversation with anybody who wants to talk about my experience with Unblinded as well. I'd be happy to do that for anybody.
And Jay, you would crush it. Blessings, everyone.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, everybody.
Have a blessed day.
See you
I'm
guys.
gonna
Have a
go tag
great
my
day.
friends. See you tomorrow.
See ya.
See you tomorrow.
See you guys. Happy holidays.